Okay, third grade. So I'm going to talk about put the events in order for lesson 23, Oliver K. Woodman. I'm not going to actually do the whole worksheet because it is pretty easy, but I'm going to go through the top two and leave you with the bottom three to do. But all the answers are right there in front of you, so you need put the events in order worksheet, as well as you need your book copy of Oliver K. Woodman. So you can either log into Think Central or you can have your book copy. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about is Jackson McTavish. So I know Jackson McTavish is on page 279. So I'm going to go in my book and I'm going to find where it's talking about Jackson McTavish, right? So, dear Ray, for 2 days, Oliver rode in the back of my truck and kept Bert, my Brahmin bull, company. I delivered Bert to his new home and he's settling in, but he'll miss the late night conversations and singing with Oliver. I left Oliver east of Mississippi, just outside Memphis, and hurried home to my beloved Amelia. Yours truly, Jackson McTavish. So with that, I'm going to go back here and it says Oliver rode in the back of his truck. He left Oliver outside of Memphis. Jackson delivered Bert to his new home. So, well, first of all, we know he rode in the back of his truck, right? He rode back of the truck and kept his bull company, right? I delivered Bert to his new home, right? So that's the second thing. I delivered him to his new home, and he's settling in, but we're going to miss his conversations. I left Oliver east of Mississippi River, just outside of Memphis. So the first thing he did was he rode in the back, right? So, all right, Oliver rode in the back of his truck. That's going to be the first thing. The second thing, remember it said Jackson did deliver him. Right, Jackson delivered Bert the bull to his new home. And then it finally said that he left Oliver outside of Memphis. So all I did is it gave me the three events and I had to put them in order. And I had to go back in the book to find the answer. Next up, we have Bobby Joe, and that is on page 282. Bobby Joe. Okay, remember, it's the truck driver. So we have to find, they drove west to Oklahoma City. Bobby picked up Oliver. They drove northwest to Amarillo, Texas. Well, I kind of am thinking that Bobby picked up Oliver first because otherwise they can't drive anywhere together. So let's go through here. Talking about he drove, right here. He picked up Oliver, right? Up Oliver at the Arkansas border. So I know that's the first one. So I'm going to type Bobby picked up Oliver. Oops, I got to capitalize the O because it's a proper noun. Now, we have to figure out if they drove to Oklahoma City first or if they drove to Texas. So if I go back here, we drove west to Oklahoma City, and then they went to Texas. So the Oklahoma City comes first. They drove west to Oklahoma City. And then finally, they drove northwest to Amarillo, Texas. Okay, so it is pretty easy of putting events in order, but the only reason why it's easy is because it gives you the events, but we have to go back through and find the answers in your book. So you have 3 more to do. You can see Melissa I have is on page 286. The Claremont Sisters on page 288, 289. And then you have Bernard's on page 291. Remember, you're going to need to have your book copy out in order to do this. So make sure you fill out all 5 events or 5 storylines for Put the Events in Order.